Hi people from the 21st century. Back in the quarantine days, when we weren't allowed to go out, I saw Pio 12 Under the Sky of Rome, a movie of the Pope on the World War. The movie says that it's about the Pope, but actually it's about the three youths in Rome and their lives. And I found out that it's on YouTube for free. I got inspired by the dresses that Miriam wears, and I end up finishing my grandma's thread on this project, so somehow it's special to me. From 1935 to 1914, surrealist fashion designers were inspired by Sigmund Freud's ideas, so they started taking ordinary objects out of their context. Far from the realism, purses were the favorite thing to do this. But during the war, more than 500,000 women fought in the Britannic Army. Just to mention one, also Russia had the 588 Regiment, also known as the Night Witches, who fly bombers at night. Warsaw, in Poland, civil people stored German weapons and fought against them. But in general, most armies have women as nurses. As this era is very patriotic, if women weren't recruited for the war, they were promoted to need for the soldiers, for our men of the frontier. On the civil fashion side, suits need to be gathered at the crown of the sleeve. But with the rise of the fascism and the Nazism imposed a military line with square shoulders and with shoulder pads. Blouses could be made out of silk, cotton, linen, knit, and from many shapes, but the favorite one was the men's one. Dresses and coats were confectioned with a similar fabric or compotes. That means that the fabric were adapted by the type or the color, but from a different weight. The lack of leather made the shoes made out of cork. The favorite purses were shoulder strap ones. Underskirt pants were recommended by the use of the bicycle and emergency situations, and hats were supplanted by scarves. The factories were cut on production, or even had to change the whole productions to make something for the war. For example, the material used in jewelry were used for the war effort. Marilyn Monroe, after all of her effort raising the morale of the soldiers, said, "To my surprise, the owner of the factories insisted in wear a male overall. Dress a girl in an overall is like make her work with tights, and especially if she doesn't know how to wear them. Men haunted me like flies, exactly like in my high school classmates. Maybe it's my fault that the factory men wanted to date me and invite me to drink, but I didn't feel like a married woman feel." Veronica Lake was destined to promote the archetypical hairstyle, and the Life magazine dedicated one of its articles to it. Zippers were prohibited. Skirts were 2.5 centimeters shorter. Plackets were closed with hooks, and on men's, with a fold out, were forbidden too. Another rationalized materials were wool, cotton, and home textile. But hats, working overalls, soutans, and sewing threads were rationalized. In the United States, the 8th of April 1942, the WWII forbade the female fashion except in kids' clothes and wedding dresses, and fashion designers started using unuseful materials like denim. In 1942, also the INSOC was found, the Society of Fashion Designers of London, with Norman Hartnell at the head. And they designed utilitarian clothes with the CC41 logo on it, and they had the price controlled. Also, government called the civilians to reuse and recycle their clothes. For example, in England they made Do and Men saw a tutorial on how to do things. But things weren't that simple. There were rules on what you can wear and can't, because you can get in an accident. So factories gave the designer instruction. Everything about the German state, everything out of the country was classified as anti-German. When the war finished, fashion didn't experiment any variation, and during 2 years, as there weren't any good cotton or wool fabric, polyester gained the market.
Al salir de España, sola se quedó, llorando Yeah.